Hi, I'm Trueax, and this is my friend behind me. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is that actually I did have a new book out in 2020, and I'm working on another one. And the new book is in a series, paranormal series, which I started in 2016, I think. With two books, and then it was a while in between, and I had two more. Basically, it was a story of a family of witches, and there were four sisters, and then their mother, and their mother was a widow. So I had the four sisters, and I'd written their romances, and they were all done. And then I got the idea I needed a romance for the mother. I mean, she's a widow, isn't she? Except that her romance is a little unpredictable. It's not what you might expect. And the idea for how I might make it work came to me as I had been thinking about writing the book. So it's an interesting thing about this series because really and truly they haven't been that popular. I have had a hard time, for one thing, finding a way to find a niche for them. They are paranormal in the sense that it's witches and it's magical power, and there are demons, and there are talking animals, gnomes, but at the same time, they're kind of more fantasy than they really are a lot of the paranormals that have a lot more violence in them. Although there is some violence. I mean, they all have to deal with bad guys, and they have to deal with it one way or another, using their powers, but using their powers responsibly as they have been taught to use them spiritually. So this last one for the mother, I really liked it. I enjoyed writing it, and I enjoyed where it took it. And I brought it out right at the beginning of this year in bulk, because I thought that was important in the story, and it was fortunate that it worked to bring it out then. But again, it's kind of had a hard time finding readers. Stories of older women, romances that are not particularly predictable in the sense that the hero isn't maybe who somebody's expecting him to be. It begins with the mother. She's trying to find a life for herself. Her daughters are married. One of them's about to have a baby. So she's trying to find a new place for herself at the same time that she has come to realize something is attacking the city she loves, which is Tucson, Arizona. And she has to deal with that. And she kind of wants to draw whatever this is to her, not to her daughters. So that's the book. And the guy, he's the man in black, and he's kind of appeared a few times in other books, in the other romances, the daughter's romances. So finding out who he is, I cannot talk about it, because if I did, it would ruin part of the fun of reading the book. So the book that I'm working on now is something that came to me as I was writing this one. I actually had two ideas for novellas, which would be shorter. These are all not full-length novels, the stories of the Hem Street witches, the sisters, and the mother. But I had this idea that what if one of the sister of the mother wasn't like the others, and she'd had a hard time and become kind of a recluse, had stepped away from the family. And that's the book that I have been putting my energy into until suddenly I got sidetracked by my own energy being depleted. Is it the virus? Is it just what's going on in my life? I mean, there's so many possibilities. I don't know. All I know is that I will finish that book, even though I really haven't had a lot of ways to market these books. I have this feeling that a desire for magic, that we can have power, and we can actually deal with what's out there that's threatening us. I think it's what we all want. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now for writing.